More Q&As with you guys. If you have questions, leave them in the comments down below. The best will be answered on video. Beats by Danny Caruso. How do you compress a heavy bass and kick track without completely destroying the peaks so that the track doesn't lose, I suppose, its punch? I ask because I want my master to be louder than before. Compression is one way to make your master louder, but it's not really the main, not even one of the main tools that you use to make your track louder. Remember, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter what you use, analog, digital, plugins, hardware, it doesn't matter what you use. The first thing that will crap out is gonna be your low end. There is a direct correlation between the amount of low end that you have and the loudness that you can achieve. These two are strictly directly linked, meaning the more low end you have, the less your track is gonna be loud. Now, there are tricks to have both, but it's always gonna be a compromise. One or the other has to go. The problem that we see today is a lot of people cut the low end for sake of loudness and their tracks sound like this big. They sound absolutely awful. I hate people that cut low end to achieve loudness, because at that point you have just a screeching, screaming piece of nothing that is very loud. So it's just annoying. That's it. You got no power, you got no balls. I much prefer a lower sounding track with a huge, big, well-mixed low end than a thinny ass track that is loud. With that said, despite what some people wants to believe that the loudness war is over, it ain't. You don't want to be too low. And that's another reason as to why you as in everybody who wants to do this for a living, or they want the best for their music, if they're only mix their own music, you need a monitoring system that is full range and it has to tell you the truth at the bottom. Because there are ways, and I proved it. I proved it a million times, right? And just go listen Bella's Throw. Again, there's a couple of videos on it. So there are ways to do it, to carve your low end, to make it sound bigger than it is. Nominally, it says this much, but it's actually less, but it sounds even bigger. There are ways to do that. And to assess how much can you sacrifice at the bottom for the sake of loudness. It's a very thin line. And when we talk about thin lines, every single freaking detail counts. That's why at this point, I got no more patience for the people that says, oh, that doesn't matter. Oh, it's just a detail, or it's just 2%. You know what, I'm not interested in those people anymore. I'm not even gonna respond to those people anymore, because good is the enemy of great. And I'm not interested in good. I don't do good, I'm not teaching good, so I don't care. So this is to say, low end, it's so freaking important. And especially if you ask a question like this, you can't mix what you can't hear. And if you only ballpark it, you're gonna end up in one of the two categories that I mentioned at the beginning. Either you have a skimpy ass track that is loud and screechy, or you have a track that has a big low end but is too low in level. Before we continue, if you enjoy the videos, please subscribe and hit the notification button. And if you really want to learn how to mix and master professionally, click the join button down here, become a MixBus TV member, access the already big and always growing library of full mixing courses, start to finish, mastering courses on many different genres and a lot more. If you like the video, you want to support the channel, either grab some merch or use the super thanks down here. Let's go back to the video. Unfortunately, to get to that final 10%, you need a lot. and I'm actually happy that you asked this question, because it tells me that you hear the difference, right? That even if it's 10%, or how people say, people start realizing that it's not 10%. It's either a win or a loss. It doesn't matter if you win by an inch or a mile. A win is a win. And if the other guy is 0.02% better than you, he wins, you lose. So, yeah, anyway, that's the answer. I hope this answered the question. If you guys have more questions, leave them in the comment down below. Thank you for watching. Subscribe if you haven't already. Stay safe and see you next time.
Hands on my neck, hands grip my throat. Lift me up, man, take control. Heart is so gone my type. Don't you know I fall for the bad type? You play the role of an angel pretty well, but I can say you came